Hey guys, it's Ashley here. What we're going to be doing today is a nail treatment. I'm going to start out by just doing my normal manicure. If you have nail polish on, obviously take it off. And then what I'm just doing, after I took my nail polish off, I filed my nails down, and I've mixed up some hot water with cuticle remover, which you can do just warm water. I prefer hot water because by the time I actually get around to it, it cools down. And you're just going to soak your nails for a few minutes and let the cuticles get nice and soft. Like I said, what this does, it just softens the cuticles and kind of moisturizes a little bit. I've already soaked before this video started, so I don't need to keep my fingers in here that long. Just showing you the steps, and I'm going to pull my fingers out. Move this out of the way. And what you'll need is a cuticle pusher. Mine looks like this and has a flat end. And you just take this and you push the cuticles back. You don't need to push very hard. And it should create, it should look like that. How it's got the globs there. That's just the dried cuticle, dry skin and the cuticle coming off of your fingernail. Which you can elect to do this or you can skip it. I choose to do it because my cuticles get so messy. They dry out and they split, and it gives me a nicer surface to polish. And then I just take that flat end and I go underneath my fingernails and get the junk out from underneath, because I'm a cashier and you accumulate a lot of grossness underneath your fingernails. No matter how many times you wash your hands, it seems like there's always germs and dirt and yuck. Okay, and then you'll want cuticle clippers if you feel comfortable using them. Be careful with these because you can clip yourself and make yourself bleed. So if you do not feel comfortable, you do not need to do this step. However, I personally do. What you do is you just go up along the edge and clip the raised cuticle up out of there. Like, I don't know if you can see on this finger how there, I just did my pinky, and on my ring finger how there's that lip, very faint line above the moon of my fingernail, which the moon is that pale white half circle. You just go in there and clip that out. You shouldn't have to use really any pressure for this because you're only clipping what's raised up and has already been softened and weakened by the cuticle remover. And use this time to get any hangnails. A lot of people will argue that you shouldn't clip your cuticles because it can cause hangnails, and like I mentioned, you can also cause yourself to bleed, so then you have that risk of infection. But if you're keeping clean implements, that shouldn't be much of a concern infection-wise. I don't really notice that it makes a difference on hangnails because I get hangnails no matter what. But again, like I said, with the whole purpose of removing the cuticles is I feel like it just gives, it looks nicer, it looks cleaner, and it gives a better area to polish. Okay, that's done. And by doing, and even you can see there, those are all cuticles. It's kind of nasty. I'm just going to flip that over. This would be the point where if you were just doing the manicure to just go scrub your fingernails, wash your hands, and then just follow through with polishing your fingernails. But today, I'm going to do a nail treatment. In this is some water, an egg yolk, and honey. This is for weak fingernails. If you are a cashier and struggle with your fingernails peeling and splitting and chipping and all that, or if you have the habit of when you polish your fingernails you peel and pick the paint off, this would be good for you because you're weakening your nails as you do that because you're taking layers off. What you do is you just coat your nails in it. Making a mess. What I'm just going to do is just have my nails soak in it for a little bit. The protein in the egg is supposed to build up the protein in your nails. And I don't know if the honey has a specific purpose, but it tends to bind it a little bit better and make it a bit thicker. And then the water just makes more of it and actually allows you to move the fluid. Never fails. My face starts to itch whenever I start working on my nails. Alright, I'm just going to let it sit. In another video of mine, I did something that required the egg white. It was a face mask. This required the yolk of the egg, so if you are not wanting to waste a part of an egg, this would be a great time to do both at once. For the face mask that I did, you mix the egg white with some honey and then you put it on your face. It's eggs are good for the complexion and it's meant to tighten your face. So if you decide to do this, if you put the mask on, by the time you get done with your fingernails, it'll be about time for you to wash your face off. So you just leave it on for about 15 minutes, and it probably takes about 15 minutes to do all of this, maybe. But you don't have to leave it on for the full 15 minutes, obviously. It was difficult for me to keep it on for the full 15 because it was uncomfortable. Alright, I think I've had this set on long enough, so what I'm going to do is go wash my hands, and then I'm going to come back and finish up. Okay, so normally I would take a scrub brush to my fingernails, but since this is a mask for my nails that is meant to strengthen them a little bit, I didn't want to use a harsh brush on them. So what I did when I washed, I just used, I have one of those automatic that you just put your hand under and it foams out, which that's an awesome product, by the way. Recommend it. I just used my hands, washed my hands, and did this in the palm of my hand to kind of scrub the tops of my nails, and then this to scrub underneath my nails. Then I just dried my hands off, and make sure you take a towel and go like this to get any leftover soap, moisture, or in my case today, egg that was left behind. My nails do look very nice, but they usually do after manicuring, and that's why I love doing my nails so much. Normally when I do a manicure, this is the time that I slather my hands in lotion and I put gloves on and I leave it set to kind of moisturize my hands a little bit. And then when that's done, I'll take the gloves off and I'll take nail polish remover over my fingernails again. So that way the lotion's not repelling my nail polish. But I'm not going to do that today, but that's a suggestion for you guys if you want to do that. Here I just have a Sally Hansen Double Duty base and top coat. That is what I'm going to put on my nails. You can specifically get a base coat and a top coat, but this is just my way of saving some money when I was looking for nail polish at my grocery store, because nail polish is quite expensive. It's expensive to be pretty. And you're just going to do a coat of that. And what a base coat does is it helps prevent nail polish from staining your fingernails, and some of them are geared towards strengthening your fingernails. I think this one might be, actually. Whoop, don't spill it. Oh, no, it isn't. But there are some that are geared towards strengthening your nails. Now we start painting, which we'll see how well I can manage this today, if I'm shaky or not. If you do kind of go overboard, that cuticle stick that I showed you with the flat edge, it's really great to clean up mistakes. Yeah, please don't fall over. I think this is the smoothest I've ever had polish go on. So far, that nail mask seems to, have made the texture of my nails nice and smooth. I don't see any bubbles or bumps. It's going on very nicely, very smoothly. I like it. I'm not left-handed by any means, so this is interesting. I'm very shaky today. I'm kind of all over the place. And then what I do is I go back over with a second coat of my base color. Oh, I messed up really bad on that one. Alright. And also keep in mind, if you get some really big mistakes, like I just did on that one, that piece of work, my lord, you can take a cotton ball and wrap it around the end of your stick and dip it in nail polish remover. I tend to mess it up worse with that than anything, so I just leave it alone and it'll wash off. I'm fine, whatever. But if you can accomplish it, then more power to you. Because I know I hate when I've got a jacked up fingernail. Oh, Lord. Alright, so this color that I used is OPI's Quarter of the Century. I quite like it. And what I'm going to do over it, on I think possibly one nail, what I always do if I'm not sure about how things are going to look on top of each other, I start on the ring finger. Just simply because if it's okay but I'm not fond of it, then I'll just do my ring fingers and leave it at that. If I really like it, then I'll do it over the rest of them. Or if I absolutely hate it, then I've only got one fingernail to fix. Boom. But what I'm going to do over it is Ocean Love Potion by OPI. And see how that turns out, if I can get it open. This is usually where my challenge is I try to open it and I end up messing up other fingernails in the process. Man, I'm really striking out on painting my nails today. Yeah, it's alright. Alright. Just hoping for more of a sheer sparkle and more of a purpley hue at this point, which it's kind of purpley, but it's thicker than I would have liked. Which again, mind my really messy paint job. Wow, that is really bad on this hand. Clearly, my body was too shaky for this today. The mask that I used on my fingernails, like I said, the polish seemed to go on much smoother, which I like. I'm not seeing any bubbles whatsoever, which is very great because that drives me crazy. Easy to whip together, cheap to do so, stuff's in my house. It's a win-win for me. I will see how my fingernails hold up with this, and then I will give you a shout and give you my honest opinion on how this held up on my fingernails and everything. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm a cashier, so my nail polish holding up is pretty impossible. I'd like to do gel nail polish at some point, but I'm broke. I'm a college student, so I can't just go drop a ton of money on nail polish and a UV light and then constantly keep acetone in my house. I don't. That, and I'm iffy about constantly using acetone on my fingernails anyway. Alright, so now that I've put the nail polish on, I'm just going to put the top coat on. But you've seen me paint my nails enough, so you don't need to watch all this. So I'm just going to wrap it up and say thanks for watching. Hello. It's been a couple weeks since I did that nail treatment, and I have noticed a difference. My fingernails, usually probably about 5 or 6 of them, would peel and flake apart and chip, but now I'm down to 2 since using that nail treatment. So I definitely recommend using this nail treatment. It's great. My polish seems to go on smoother, and my nails look so much healthier, and like I said, it's made a drastic improvement just with how many used to chip and peel compared to now how many chip and peel. So definitely, if that's a problem that you have, try this nail treatment out. Just let it set on your fingers for a few minutes and then just go about doing your nails how you normally would. Thanks for watching!